Do you know that Edo deities and Yoruba deities are not the same despite the similarities? I will explain. The spirituality of the world is as old as the second millennium BCE. So every tribe you see today has their own unique spiritual life. But some ignorant Yoruba people, I call them ignorant because they are online blabbing because they don't know much about this. Some ignorant Yoruba people are claiming to be the spiritual father of the whole world and claiming to have taught the Benin's divination. This is the reason for this video, and I will explain. Some deities of the world, mark the word some. Some deities of the world are shared across tribes. It is a part of the wider spiritual heritage. What matters is the belief and the respect the both tribes has for each other. So it is unnecessary to drag over shared spiritual divinities. I'm making this video because of those that are yet to understand the deities of the Yoruba people and that of the Benin people. And it's some Yorubas that are claiming, not all. So mark the word some in whatever I say. The influx of Yoruba people into Edo land today made them to bring so many of their deities, which is not relevant to the Benin people. But of course, we all know that when a medicine man is residing in a particular territory, the people of that territory can also meet the medicine man for help. So as the medicine man can also meet other medicine men in that same territory for help. When Edo people travel outside their territories, they do not take their deities outside the territory of their own. This is because the appeasement of those deities might be difficult, and aside that, it might lead to a disastrous end. A Yoruba man can easily take the Ayelala deity outside his territory into Edo land. This is because they do not have a central head that regulates each deity. Yoruba people practice what is known as mono-autonomy, so they can take their deities wherever they choose. But unlike the Benin, where every deity of the land belongs to the Oba of Benin, an Edo adage says, so imagine an Uhon taking a Huae to Gombe State, or Unhe taking a Hibi deity to Kwara State. This might turn out to be a bigger problem because these deities are so powerful and they are regulated to stay within their locality by the earliest ancestors, and each with their respective priests. The Benin's worship deities like Obieme, Olokun, Ake, Eziza, Ogun, Ogiwu, Ovia, Ezuku, Ovato, Ehibi, Esu, and hundreds more I cannot remember right now. Esu is not the devil in Edo language as you think. Edo people have symbolic ways of communicating with the spiritual world, which are over 300 symbols, like Okyoki, Ada, Owa, Idegbe, Ubugbe, Igenene, Uki, to name a few. The whole of Edo land you see today was built in spirituality and truth. This is why we say Enwataya Bwedo. Till date, this spirituality still lives with us. Every little community you see in Edo land have their own separate deity. This is why the ancestors of the past knew how to save and guide these deities and appease them in that particular community. So till date, it is forbidden to take a deity of this particular land to the closest boundary of that deity. They leave it where it is and they are watched over by an Ohen. This is why you don't see the deities of Edo people entering other territories. Some Yoruba deities are Osayin, Eshu, Erinle, Ogun, Shango, Babaloaye, Oya, Yemoja, Obatala, and so many others I cannot remember now. I'm not saying Yoruba deities are not powerful. Yoruba people are very spiritual and powerful people. They are spiritual, but you see some Yorubas offline, they do not brag about these things. You see those ones online that are very ignorant about these things. They even stay abroad and they don't have any idea about these things. They will brag with it that they own the Benin divination system or deities, of which these people do not know what Odunya is all about or what the deities are all about. Before Ekaladeran became Oduduwa of Ife in 1100 AD, there were some kings in the first dynasty of kings in Benin that were diviners and medicine men, like Ogiso Igido, Ogiso Ogbomo, Ogiso Emehe. These people were 600 years plus older than Ekaladeran or 1100 AD. They were medicine men and diviners. Ask yourself, if Ile-Ife was civilized or colonized by Ekaladeran, who became Oduduwa in that place, and these people in Benin who were kings were 600 years plus older than the Ekaladeran, how did Ile-Ife or the Yoruba people teach the Benin's divination system or the deity worship system? Ask yourself, Ile-Ife as the seat of power was giving these deities in 1100 AD, according to the history, But the Benins or the Ogisos in the past practiced these things before 1100 AD. Ile-Ife is agreed to be the seat of power, of spiritual power to the Yoruba people according to their own history. But Ile-Ife is not the owner or originator of Ifa or Orunmila divination system. This system was taught to them in 10th to 11th century. This was when they got the practice, of which Edo people, which are the Ogisos and the normal citizens, already had Ogwega divination system. And inside the Oduinha, for those people that understand, there's an Odun that talked about Ogwega being the elder brother to Orunmila. But on the long run, the Yoruba divination system and that of Edo people mixed together for reasons best known to our ancestors. To me, it is normal, and we all know that diviners or medicine men travel as far as other territories just to get some herbs and learn some things from other people, so as other medicine men from other territories can also come to this particular territory and learn. So it is not a thing of shame that an Edo man is learning from a Yoruba man, or a Yoruba man is learning from Edo man. The spiritual life is wider than we think. So our ancestors knew better. Just that I'm trying to clarify these things for the people that are claiming the Yoruba people are the owners or Edo people are the owners. No, spirituality is wider than we think, and you cannot know it all. Though the Yoruba people call it Ifa, we call it Iha. This is why I say we have our own uniqueness. When a Yoruba man does his Ifa, it does not go into a Daken, it goes straight to Ekete. But when an Edo man does his Iha, it goes straight to Evi, a Daken, and Ekete. So we all have our ways of practicing our most unique culture or spiritual ways of life. Deities like Ogun, the god of iron, Ake, the god of thunder. That's what we call the god of thunder here. And Edo people also call the spirit of thunder Isanisu, which popularly in Oyo land is called Shango. Shango belongs to Oyo, not Ile-Ife. We have Ogiwo deity in Benin or in Edo land. We have Ekibi. Every single villages, like I said earlier, have their own deities, and it is forbidden without permission from those deities for it to spread far and wide to other territories. Edo people's spiritual ways of life, they are known to practice what is known as Izese, which is appeasement. Edo people do not fully worship some other deities from other territories, but they practice what is known as Izese. They appease their deities against foreseen problems. Edo people and Yoruba people have stood unanimously for centuries. No one can separate our uniqueness. So it is very wrong for someone online who claim to be an Ife-centric historian or who claim to be a Yoruba historian, which I don't call them Yoruba because Yoruba people are wonderful people, so as Edo people. It is wrong for those people to claim that Yoruba people has or own the old spirituality in the world as they claim it is from Ile-Ife, which is a lie. In my next video, I'll be explaining extensively about Orunmila, Ifa, Ogwega, and Omenigbo of Benin people or Edo people. This is the divination system. So this video is just a mic check into the divination system and the deities of Benin. If you enjoyed this episode, like, share, and comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you on my next video.